One of the reasons why we do ImagiNation Miscellany is to get people together, different backgrounds, different types of mediums. That way, in the community, you can work together in the future.
I'd like to know how many nations are represented here, because I see so many different faces, and I'm loving what I'm seeing.
And today, actually, I'm here to meet like more artists and to talk about like how collaboration can lead us to exploring. Like a blue hell, it was somehow just
and so much silence and lying to ourselves about whether or not our discomfort compels us to act. Learning the game.
Part of this was inspired by 10 at 10 in Calgary, which is more directed at the hip-hop community, but I know beyond hip-hop, like for example in music, there's like rock, there's punk, there's there's different dance forms, contemporary, maybe more traditional styles, and just getting those different sorts of genres and styles and different artists in the same room. So ImagiNation Miscellany got started last March 2015. I was just thinking about all these artists in the Edmonton community, especially coming from diverse cultural communities, representing minority communities, whether they be music, theater, dance, spoken word.
We're gonna get John Ham to eat a crustless bread ham sandwich. If we do that, AMC will owe us a favor. Maybe get some zombies to eat some crustless bread brain sandwich.
They have their own communities, but they weren't they weren't seeing each other's works, and I thought it'd be cool to get them all together in the same space. As a minority artist myself, I don't see a lot of platforms in Edmonton where minority artists get to share their work. They're often not invited, so it's kind of like you always have to create your own stage, so to speak. So I just came up with this idea of who do I want to see in a showcase if I were to make a showcase, and I put out a kind of a call to the community, and Yasmin was right on board right away.
Sought to impose upon all of our souls, yet they will not.
It definitely gave me a chance to work with other artists of different mediums in the arts, because usually when I shoot photography, there's no music, there's no poetry obviously, and it's just I've always kind of done things on my own to a different direction, basically being more creative, shooting maybe things that were more abstract to either fit with college poetry or with the field seen as music.
There are always residual parcels in our lives.
As an artist, what I really like about ImagiNation Miscellany is they create this space for you to collaborate with other artists and take your own interpretation on what the theme is for the evening. And whereas you can go to a lot of venues and open mics around the city, there isn't a theme. And what that does is it really gets the artist to focus on giving you their interpretation of what that theme is. So as an audience member, and once you see who's performing, you really want to know what is their take going to be on, let's say for this weekend, migration and movement.
So this time we thought about the yin yang, noticing that we're entering winter, so darkness and light. There's so many, it's open concept for the artist to just create something along those lines. And
happiness is the greatest of states.
Visionary. That is the one word, and it fits extremely well with the amount of work and effort and focus of the organizers and of the artists that try to stick to each and every theme.
I would say a movement.
My hope for ImagiNation is for there to be opportunities for more and more artists of various mediums, and we're talking film, dance, music, vocals, and a greater space, a greater performance space, rather than the small ones that we were doing.
Part of it is to try to get a different roster of artists taking part at every showcase. Something personally as an artist I'm not really a big fan of is seeing the same group of people at every show. I think as artists we grow the most when we get inspired by different styles and seeing different faces. So the idea of just getting a new round of people each time. Also to empower others in the community to take on leadership roles, especially with minority artists. As I mentioned, sometimes we have to make our own stages to be heard and to have our artistic work seen, and trying to mentor other artists in the community to take on those leadership roles so that they can create their own stages.
Peace be upon